the small businesses in Southern Oregon aren't competing anymore against businesses in Southern Oregon or the United States for that matter. We're in a global market right now, and the only way we're going to compete globally in that market is to be better educated than the next folks.
You know, it's very rewarding to see a student that perhaps is having a little bit of difficulty getting through this last leg of their education, preparing for the workplace.
And so we know that it's really good for children to have a community of supportive adults and other caring figures in their life, in addition to their parents.
Sometimes it's hard to see them when they come in and they've struggled maybe with parents who aren't real active in their life.
If we don't care, if we don't invest of ourselves, of the time and the resources that we have, which is our most precious gift, to the young adults in our community, to help them find their path, they won't be there for us when we need their help back.
I think we're in a society now where we hear a lot of, why doesn't somebody do something about it? Well, here it is. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Laura Kavanaugh of KOBI NBC5. I recently sat down with 6 young adults to discuss their high school experiences and the challenges they faced while pursuing their degrees. Welcome to the Are You Ready Forum. So who can tell me a little bit about your high school experience? Who had a really positive high school experience? I believe you guys up at top, right? Didn't you have a pretty positive experience at your high school, the Medford Opportunity High School, right?
Yeah, we had a program there that made things kind of fun.
How so? Why? How fun?
It was kind of like having a second family, to where you're not really going to school, you're going to hang out with your friends and do stuff.
So it's an unorthodox, maybe a non-traditional approach to schooling. Give me some more examples besides the familial aspect.
Well, it's not really sitting in class and doing paperwork and writing essays. We actually go out and help in the community and do volunteer work, stuff like that. And then it's not always work. Sometimes we just go out to have fun.
So Emily, can you expound on that?
Yeah, it's kind of like an environment where you can be comfortable in and you can be yourself. And whereas when I was in high school, when I was in a bigger high school, I was just uncomfortable. I didn't feel like I could be myself. I didn't feel like I fit in. I mean, that's kind of what you hear from all teenagers, but it's true. I mean, you really do need to be able to fit like you can, feel like you can be yourself. And that this program and that school helped us do that.
And Damon, why was this a good fit for you?
Well, my high school experience wasn't doing good. I got kicked out and came back. And I wanted to do something. I was deep in gangs and stuff. I didn't want to do that no more. So I joined Job Council, and it really helped me out. They treated me like a family. They didn't just they didn't talk bad about me. They actually looked out for me, and then I started getting good grades, and then now I'm gonna graduate. So that's how it helped me.
Congratulations. Tell me about some of the challenges. I mean, we've all been there, right? We've all been in high school. What are some of the major challenges?
One of the biggest challenges, okay. Well, English is not my first language, so it was always hard. Well, not hard, but at the beginning, it was like a whole different country, whole different culture, language. Everything was different, unfamiliar. So you go to a place where, just like she said, it's not you have struggles like every teenager, but it's different, you have the normal struggles that every teenager has on top of the cultural differences. And so having to learn a new language while learning everything that the other students are learning, it was kind of hard. So I think that was one of the hardest struggles I had in high school.
Well, also speaking of the Latino population, when you have those extra challenges, does it make you want to give up? Do you see a lot of your friends kind of giving up and deciding to throw in the towel sometimes?
Yeah. Well, sometimes you do feel like giving up and just moving on, or I don't know, start something else that you might feel better doing. But I always told myself that I was not gonna quit. I'm always telling myself that I'm gonna continue doing and fighting for what I want to do, for what I believe in. My friend, he's always told me, if you really want it, you're gonna do it. And that's true, if you really want something, no matter how hard it is, you're gonna go out there and try to get it.
Just recently, I had a close friend and their son got into some trouble. He dropped out of school, he started using drugs and alcohol, and it was definitely going down the wrong path. And it was heartbreaking for the family and the friends that care about him to see him going down this path. I can tell you that we have good news that he's on the right path now. He's back into school. He's not doing drugs and alcohol. I'm Doug Morris with John L. Scott Real Estate, and I'm a proud sponsor of Are You Ready?
Now, Marco, I know that you received one of the Chamber Latino Scholarship Awards, so you obviously had a positive experience. What were some of your initial challenges?
Well, like Piri said, English is not my first language. It was really hard to learn it, and you know, it is hard, especially when you're older. I was 16 years old when I started learning English, so it's a little bit more harder. And I really like school. I think there's so many wonderful people that is out there to help you. I was part of different school programs, after school programs, and it is really nice, you know, seeing all those
Role models?
Yeah, role models.
Speaking of role models, Victoria, you work with high school kids as well, but what helps kids be successful, do you think, in high school?
I think what it helps kids to be successful and not give up is to have people around not giving up on those kids and have high expectations. I believe that a lot of the times when kids or students give up is because maybe teachers, counselors, or people around them just don't have expectations, and they just think that why to put time on those students when they don't really want to do things. But I believe that when teenagers are wonderful and they have a lot of energy, and they struggle a lot just because they are teenagers, and sometimes they don't do right choices. And I believe, and that's my personal opinion, that sometimes when they make mistakes, teachers or people out there think, oh, why will you waste your time on those teenagers? When I believe in the contrary. I think that when a kid make a mistake or is normal, but I see so much potential in students, and I don't believe in giving up, never. And I just think that everybody has different talents, and you just have to kind of look and see what talent they have, and just tell them that you believe in them, and that really helps.
The key to being a good mentor, is it being parental? Is it a good coach? Is it somebody looking out for you, having your back, friend? What's the criteria of being a good mentor to help young kids be successful?
I think one of the most important things is not doing it just because it's your job, doing it on your own time. Because when you start to enjoy something and it's not a job, you feel driven to actually do it. And personally, my role models, Molly and Kate. Kate's on vacation right now, and she's calling me every day, checking, trying to help me out get into SOU. Molly had a picnic with us just this weekend. I mean, we're all together. I'm not even in school anymore. I graduated. I mean, a mentor is more than a teacher or a boss. It's a companion. Someone will help you out all the way, even when you guys are far apart, even if you guys are maybe not having the best time together. It's like having a second parent, kind of.
Most of our nonprofit organizations, without help from volunteers, would fail. And more important than that is the connection that you might get from one of the children or teenagers that is moving on through school. That's the difference of them maybe saying, I want to move in that direction as a career and stay in school and realize the importance of doing that. I'm Kevin Nelson, Vice President of the Grants Pass Foundation Board, and we're proud to be a partner of the Are You Ready campaign.